All right. Hello and welcome to my Invoice3 Smartcast. So, I actually went over this one once and I did it. It was it's a bit more difficult than the other WODs that I've tried. So, I'm going to start the timer today right here. All right, and let's get started. So, we're going to copy Invoice 2, right? Copy from Invoice 2. So let's go ahead and do that. So Invoice 2. Oh, sorry. Whoops. What am I doing? Oh, we're going to copy Invoice 2 to Invoice 3. So Invoice 3. Let's move this WOD here. Okay. Let's check it out. All right. And we have invoice.html. Paste this. Okay. Now let's open this up. See what we're working with. All right. So we're gonna do the same thing as Smartphone Products 3. We're gonna copy this script here and we're gonna load the products data.json file. So let's go to Smartphone Products 3. Products data.json. Let's copy this. Okay. We're just gonna paste this here. All right, and in the heading, it's a lot of stuff. Okay, let's just copy this in there. Okay. Next, products array. You will not be using the image property, right? So we're gonna replace all of these item ones to products name. But we're not gonna need these anymore since we're uploading from the products data.json file. So let's get rid of that, make it a little bit more cleaner. Save that. So I'm just gonna, I'm not too familiar with the find and replace, so I'm just gonna copy this here, make my life more convenient. So let's just okay, so I actually already, yep. Okay, so products 1. So this is gonna replace all these item 1, item 2, item 3, item 4, item 5 to yep, the correct place right here. We're gonna do the same thing, but instead of the name, oh wait, sorry, should be name. So we're gonna get the name, and then now we're going to get our price right here. All right. So replace all that with price. All right. So we're going to define an array called quantities, and we're going to replace quantities 1 quantity up to 5 and use the array instead. So so let's go ahead and do that. So right here, it's going to create a quantities array. So we're going to say like quantities equals, like 2, 1, 3, 12, 15. 5 numbers, and we're just gonna go here. We're just gonna actually just make it called product quantities. Yeah. All right. product quantities 0. We're just going to do this for all the quantities here. Right. Yep. Okay. Product quantities 4. Right. So we did that. We're going to move the tax, shipping, and grand total calculations to the last product row. And we're going to leave the extended price and the subtotal calculations where they are. Okay. So extended sorry, what was it? We're going to get the tax, shipping, and grand. So tax, shipping, and total. So tax, shipping, total. Whoops. Okay, and we're gonna go up to the last row. So right over here. Should be here. All right. I'm gonna just indent these just to make it look a little bit more cleaner. Yeah. All right. This one, this one. All right. Okay. And then also, yeah, the total here. Okay. We're going to delete the extended price calculations and replace the subtotal calculations with var subtotal equals 0. So let's go up here. We're going to delete this. We're not going to need this anymore. And instead of calculating the subtotal, we're just going to replace all that. It's going to be 0. Right. And then so at the top of the file, we're going to create a function interface. All right. So we're going to create a function here. So let's do that. So when we create a function, we say function generate item rows of it's going to be our product quantities. Put the loop for let I, okay, that goes through product quantities array, not quantities. Okay. Document.write for the row. Okay. So I'm just gonna go here. Let's see. So for I, so we're gonna say for I in product quantities. We can just say like, you know, we're gonna copy this here. We're gonna document.write all this here. And this should be I. Okay. Below the document.write, add the subtotal. All right, so we're going to calculate the subtotal here. So we're going to say, oh, we're going to also calculate the extended price. So right here, product quantities array I, yep, times the price. Let's see what we should. Okay. Sorry. So let's open up what we have so far. Okay. Whoops. Okay, inspect console. Okay, so reference area product is not defined. Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, this should be products data. Okay. Extended price 1 is not defined. Let's look at that. Price 1. Oh. Okay. So it should be extended price. Okay. We're going to delete all the invoice rows and replace it using the quantities as the parameter. Note that the extended price, tax, shipping, and total should work. All right. So we're going to delete all. Oh, whoops. So now we have a for loop. It's going to generate it through our function. So we don't need that anymore. So we could just call our function here. It was a generate item rows, right? Generate item rows, product quantities. Generate item rows, product quantities. This should all be okay right here. Let's see, hold on. So we generate the item, right? Should we? Hold on. Product quantities array is not defined. Oh, okay. So we have, okay, so I named it differently. So my product quantities, yeah, I'm using product quantities, right, from here. So it should be product quantities I. Okay, yeah, there we go. Okay. So we did that. Tax, shipping, and total should work. Let's check that out. So shipping, right? Yep. 950. Yep. Shipping, price, total. Yeah. All right. So now we're gonna add a conditional statement to continue if the product quantity is 0. This should skip printing out a row that has no quantity. Put some zeros. Okay. All right. That's not bad. So right here, let's see. So I'm guessing it's going to be like an if statement. If product quantities I equals 0, then we're going to say continue, right? And we're going to say else, then we want to do everything else, right? So we're going to generate these rows here. Wait. It's up to here. All right. So now we go back to our quantities. Let's see. Let's put 0. Yep. Change. Okay. So right now, BlackBerry. So if we put BlackBerry to 0, should remove BlackBerry. Okay. Okay. That part is good. All right. So we're going to copy the function is non-negative int from the functions lab and generate and use it in generate item rows. So I actually did this in a practice.json file here. I've been practicing a little bit with it, so here we go. So I'm just going to copy this function and say right here. This should all be indented. Well, I'll just comment it right now. Check to see if it is non-negative integer, right? And so we have this function here. So now what are we going to do with it? So if a value is invalid, have it skip the calculation and printing the table row. All right. Okay. So we can say else if product okay, wait. So if the value is invalid, then we're gonna skip it, right? Okay, so instead of saying here if, right, and then we can use our function here, it's is non-negative int, here we're gonna pass in product quantities I. Right, and then we're gonna continue. If is non-negative int I equals, okay, so it's gonna return true, right? So doesn't equal true. Oh, okay. So right now we can say return false. Products I, if is non-negative, products I doesn't equal true. Don't know why this isn't working. This should return false. Let's go check this console here. I don't know what that code was doing there. But yeah. So, okay. So right now it's checking, is it a non-negative integer? So I have it. So if it passes through all this and it checks that the length is 0, meaning that there's no items pushed in, then it's going to say, okay, this is a positive integer. Else, we're going to say it's false. So we're checking, okay, if it's false, then we're going to pass through all these, we're going to pass through generating the table. So, you know, if we check here, -3, it's going to get deleted. Negative, you know, like that, right? It's going to get deleted. So that works. So now, rather than skipping the item rows with the bad quantities, modify what is printed to the output. So we're gonna have negative. Okay, so we're gonna print this, right? Negative value, not an integer. So right here, where I said, you know, I pushed the errors here. So negative value, not an integer, right? It pushes it. It checks Q, right? And it checks it and it pushes it to this errors array. So right here, you know, I wrote a statement here. So I first joined these these arrays, so it can not be separated by commas. And then I'm returning, well, I let errors be message equal to errors. So errors is the array that's been pushed into the stack here. So I'm returning the message here, right? So right, sorry, so where was I? Okay. So instead of saying continue, we're gonna have to write these values. So it's gonna be the same. I think, yeah, it's gonna be the same. So I'm gonna copy this. And I'm gonna paste this into here, right? We're just gonna modify some things. So this extended price, right? Extended price should be 0. So we're gonna set the extended price to 0. Okay. And let's see what we have. So if we want to put in like the quantity cat, right? We want to get that. So I think right here we're gonna copy this div tag, and we're gonna paste this here. And then instead of saying this, right, we're gonna say products so we're gonna call this function, right, is non-negative integer of product quantities I. And so when this checks, right, so you're calling is non-negative integer product quantities 0. So if like quantities at position, if this was like cat, right, it would call this function cat into the parameter q, and it would check, right, like, so is it a number? No. So it's going to say not a number. It's going to push it into this error stack. Is it less than 0, right? And then I'm going to return the message, right? So it's going to return all that. It should return. So it should return these messages here. So in this div tag. Okay. So let's go change some values. So, you know, baseball. Okay. So yeah, not a number, not an integer, right? You know, you can change this to like -3, negative value, you know, like 1.5, right? You know, not an integer, right? Okay. So that is my Invoice3. Thank you for watching. Total time was 23 minutes. I would say this is probably by far the hardest, yeah, invoice. So there's a lot of for loops and putting pieces together. But overall, it was very fun. So thank you for watching.